to settle into child's pose. Let your legs come apart a little bit so there's plenty of room there. And the shoulders are relaxing. Softening the jaw. Let yourself breathe here. Nice and relaxed. Beginning. So this beginning energy of a yoga practice is sometimes feels a little bit different. That sense of arriving and in some ways committing to this time to be together, to honor our bodies and our minds and our breath. Letting yourself feel the fullness of the breath, completely inhaling and completely exhaling. So as we're here in child's pose this morning, I'd like to offer a poem. And this is again another woman poet, because poetry to me is such a connecting experience with the power of words. Right? We can hear words and be transported almost immediately to another space and time. And one thing I love, this woman, Naomi Shahid Nye, she says, our life is a poem. That's a beautiful metaphor, just imagining that all the thoughts that we have that come and go, if we were to catch them and write them down, what a story it would tell. So this poem, Naomi Shahid Nye, it's called Bees Were Better. In college, people were always breaking up. We broke up in parking lots, besides fountains. 2 people broke up across the table from me at the library. I could not sit at that table again, though I did not know them. I studied bees, who were able to convey messages through dancing and could find their ways home to their hives, even if someone put up a blockade of sheets and boards and wire. Bees had radar in their wings and brains that humans could barely understand. I wrote a paper proclaiming their brilliance and superiority and revised it at a small cafe featuring wooden, hive-shaped honey dippers in their silver honey pots at every table. So in child's pose, as we begin this morning, really feeling the sense of the weight of your body on the floor. Shake it out a little bit, just a little subtle movement here in this child's pose shape. Sink on down, let gravity take over a bit. Let the bones just sink toward the floor, maybe just another 1/4 of an inch, just a tiny bit closer to the ground, humbling ourselves, being grounded. I think it's interesting, the word humble has its root in hummus and human. Take another big long breath here in child's pose. And then stretch your arms out in front of you if they're not there already. Really stretch the fingers nice and wide. Fingernails facing the ceiling, the sky. Palms of the hands facing the earth, the ground, the floor. Let's go ahead, slide on forward, coming into all fours. Okay, this little bit. All right, so all fours here. Yeah? All fours. We know this shape. And it's a good shape for movement. Wiggling, rounding, stretching. Ooh. Let your hips sway. This way, that way. All the way around. Let your head drop. And the back of the neck is open and long. The fingers are wide, connected to the ground. Let's soften the elbows a little bit. Let them come out to the side. Lower yourself. And then straighten up. The elbows come up so that the elbows are straight and tall again. Do that a few more times. Elbows out to the side. Lower the body. Inhale, straighten up the elbows, come up. Let's do that a few more times. So with the breath, elbows wide, exhale, lower. Inhale, press into the ground, straighten the arms, lift up. One more time. All right, here we are in our proper all four shape. Let's stick one leg to the back. All right, there it is, back there, toes on the ground. And then press your heel back so you bend your toes more. So the ball of the foot on the ground, press that heel back. And the leg becomes straighter. Squeeze all the muscles in your leg to the bone. And breathe more softly. Sometimes we think about breathing more deeply, longer, and stronger. Always also a good idea to think about breathing more softly and gently and intentionally. Exhale. Turn your head to one side. Turn your head to the other side. Okay, back in the center, lift up in your throat. Stay right here with the toes on the ground back there. Yeah, okay. And now, please go ahead, lift your leg up. Lift up the heel so the leg is straight back there and the knee is pointing down. Might need to adjust where your hands are. Maybe they would feel better if they were a little bit wider. Reach out with your heel. Yes. So the heel's reaching and the gaze straight down. Long breath. This time on the mat is for yourself. And when we take this time for ourselves, it helps everybody else around us. Okay? The ripples of this practice, we never know how far they go. Okay, honoring this time for ourselves. Aligning our bones and our thoughts, our breath and our mind. All right, let's put that leg that's out now back on the ground. So both knees on the ground. A little movement here. Maybe some curling, some cat and cow, whatever you like. Okay, other side, other foot back with the toes curled under, press your heel back, straighten out your legs. So there's really a concentrated effort in your inner thigh as that foot pushes back and the back of the knee has space and air and feels light, and open and cared for. Stretch your heel back, yeah. So as you stretch your heel back there, the sensation of that can be felt in your ribs, in your shoulders, maybe in the throat. Look down. Okay, all right, let's go ahead and lift that leg up now so that it's parallel to the ground. Reach your heel back and your leg is straight. The body's straight. So if there were someone to place a level on your body, maybe that bubble would be right in the middle. Maybe. Yeah. Take your hands out a little bit. Maybe a little bend on the elbows. Toes pointing straight down, knee pointing down. Take another few breaths. Just hold in this pose. Nicely done. Let's put both knees on the ground. Take the hips over here. Over there. A little side to side with the hips. So the hips go one way, the head goes the other. Have you noticed? A little sway situation. Hips over here, head over there. Yes. Okay. All right, in the middle. So let's come into a rounded cat shape. So this is cat, like howling cat. Just imagine the back ribs lifting up to the sky. Spread out your fingers and drop your head and just stay here. What happens when we hold still? Pull the belly button in, back ribs lift. Press into the heels of your hands. Okay, beautiful. Please drop your belly down. All right, slide your knees out now. Let's come to this low push-up shape, okay? So that's with the belly lifted and the shoulders back. Draw your belly button forward. Draw your chest forward. Lift up your throat. And the back of the legs fired up, online, activated, engaged, contracted, all of those things. Press into your fingers. Lift up in your throat. Yes. And breathe. Few more breaths right here. Noticing sensations, breathing into them. Okay. Shall we lower? We shall. Bend the elbows, keep them close to the body. And land on the ground. Belly on the ground. Yeah. Wiggle a little. Okay. So let's bring the hands forward a little bit. So let's do a really slow, intentional cobra pose. So start by leaving your chest on the ground and just lift up in the throat. Okay. So my ribs are on the ground. All the lifting is just in the upper body. The shoulders are lifted up here. And then exhale, touch your forehead down. Pull up. Do that a few more times. Just lifting up the head and the shoulders. Keep your torso, keep your ribs connected. Breathe in when you lift up. And the exhale, the body goes down. So it's kind of a mini cobra. Let's do this a few more times. Inhale, lift up just your head and shoulders. Tops of the feet connected. Fingernails, toenails connected to the ground. And down. One more. Back bends. The elixir of life. All right, back bends. 8 days a week is not too often to do a back bend. Okay, really reaching up. Just partway up and then down. Rest, relax, maybe turn your head so your cheek is on the ground. Lots to love about resting as well. Sometimes we think the only benefit comes in the hard work, but we also benefit, our nervous system benefits from rest. All right, let's grow our cobra a wee bit bigger. So this time, go ahead, turn your head down, press into your hands, and lift up a little more. So now you're taking some of your ribs off the ground. Stay in the up shape for a wee bit. See if you can press down into the top of your feet such that your knees lift. How's that? Feel okay with the knees lift? I got my elbows on the ground here. Turn your head to one side and turn your head to the other side. Awesome. Down we go. Walk. Okay, let's do 3 or 4 more this way. Kind of medium lifting up. So now I just have my belly on the ground and I can feel my lowest ribs connecting. But the arms are not doing anything. Okay, you can even take the arms off the ground. And down. 2 more like that. Medium-sized cobra, so coming up medium amount. Okay, noticing the lower back muscles really come online here. Really feeling the sensations of the lower back lifting and extending and curving. Down. One more. And down. Okay, all right, so leaving the cobra pose, you're going to pick up your feet, swirl them, ankles, this way, that way, the other way. Big circles, little circles, fast circles, slow circles. Let's curl the toes, put your hands underneath your shoulders, pretty please, and lift up all the way back to all fours. All fours. Oh. Big goals, circles now, circles. Intentional circles. Yes, very nice. Let's go ahead and sit down on the heels, shall we? Why not? Inhale, sweep up. Arms reach up and the palms face each other and lean back. Yeah, another back bend. Yep. This one, the gravity that's assisting us is the weight of the head and the arms going up and back. Right, let's interlace the fingers now, put them on your head, feel a little support for your head, open your shoulders, say ah, open the elbows, say ah, ah. Nice. So in this back bend, with the sternum reaching up and the elbows wide, let's go ahead and turn the body to one side. So keep your arms where they are, keep your hands connected to your head, and turn. Maybe still a little back bendish. So twisting back bend, good, breathe. Okay, come through center. Here we go, other way, turning over this way. Yeah. Oh, how's that? Notice. That's the whole trick. It's the whole game. It's the end point of yoga practice is to notice. We notice what's going on in yoga. We notice what's going on in life. Kind of goes together. All right, relax your shoulders. So the hands on the back of the head now. Let's do some curling, shall we? So what I mean by that is you're going to keep the elbows out wide and exhale, bring your elbows together and curl. Exhale. Elbows down to the knees maybe. Inhale up. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. A few more. One more? Sure. Arms up tall. Interlace the fingers, palms to the sky. Yeah, all right, let's turn again. Turn to this way. Back through center, turn to that way. Nice. All right, back in the center. So I got the pinky finger touching the thumb, and the palms are facing the ceiling. Yes, they are. Great. Stretch up even taller. Lift up your head. Lift up your arms. Lift up your attitude. Lift up the corners of your mouth. What the hell? All right. Excellent. And the arms come down to your sides. And bring your hands forward, bring a foot forward, 2. Here we are in this shape. Okay? Foot there, knee there, head over the knee, like thus. And the toes have lots of room between them. Okay? Let's do some twisting. So inhale, up tall with the arms. We're going to bring one arm forward and the other arm back. Which one first? I don't care. One arm forward, the other back. Oh, stretch your arms out. So the arms, the idea with the arms, they're doing a parallel to the ground situation. Stretch out. Just stay on this side for a few breaths. See how it feels. What do you notice? What are you looking at? Stretch your fingers out even more. Stretch the ends of your fingers so far away from the center of your body. Here we go. Inhale up top. And yes, other side. Like such. Okay, do that a few more times. Inhale up top. And exhale the other way. Stretch out your fingers. Serious stretching out. Yes. Up top. Over here. 2 more. 1 each way. Sure. Over here. Widen your hands. Make your palms big. And over here. Up top. Nice. Palms together. Exhale, hands to the heart. Lovely. All right, let's switch sides. Bring this foot forward like such. All right. Top of the head, right over the knee. Got that alignment. Here we go. Sweep the arms. Lift up your body. So see if you can grab those sky hooks up there. Lift up your body even taller. Reach, reach, reach. Stretch out your joints. More space in the hip joint. More space in the shoulder joints. Reach, 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 reach. Good. And then we'll do a little twisting. So arms this away, one there, stretch out. Feel the symmetry of your body. All right, we're doing a 90-degree with a leg, a vertical body, parallel arms. Inhale, up top. Other side. Are your arms parallel? I bet they are. Parallel-ish. We can go with that. What does your kinesthetic awareness tell you about where your arms are? Okay, paying attention to that. Noticing sensations. One more each side. Cool. All right, hands up tall. Interlace your fingers, palms to the sky. Let's bring this knee back. Now we're on our knees. Okay, wiggle side to side a little bit. So all the way on this knee, lean over here, don't fall over. And this knee, lean over here, don't fall over. Side to side. Hip leaning, shifting, kind of bouncing knee to knee a little bit. Sure, why not? Cool, here we go. Palms together, look up, lean back, exhale, hands to the heart. All right, pause right here. Close your eyes, go inside. Our body's on the mat, skin, flesh, and bones. Recognizing all that we are, or that we were, or that we will be. One breath at a time, the only way anyone ever does it. Okay, let's transition to a forward folding shape. So step one, foot forward, curl into this back toe, and then forward fold. So here's the time to use your blocks. If you've got them, if you want to use blocks, they can come here like this, and we are forward folding. Let the legs really feel that sense of length, and the toes, they're spreading. Heels are grounded, back of the neck nice and long. Indeed. Yes. Walk your blocks forward a little bit. Where's the sensation for you? For me, I have a lot of strong sensation in the low back. It feels opening and lengthening and spacious, and like it's probably good for me. Wholesome. This is a wholesome activity we're doing here. Let your head relax. Spread out your toes again. Some more still. Then let yourself come forward and back a little. So bend the front knee, unbend the front knee, bend the front knee, straighten the front knee. The glide of it all, you know, coming forward, going back. A few more. A bit forward, a bit back. Let's switch the position of the body. Take your blocks around if you use them over to the other side. We're going to do a forward fold like this with this foot forward and front heel back. Yes. So feeling now on the front leg a little more sensation. Let your hips move a little bit. So the hips can move as the feet stay planted. Can you notice that? Hips over here, a tad. Hips over there, a tad. Relax your head. Take some slow breaths here. Letting yourself notice how it feels to let all the breath go and to let all the breath in. Okay, so go ahead and move your blocks out to the side, hands on the ground, and it's downward dog time. Yep. Oh, press yourself into that downward dog shape. However that feels for you today. You might want to pedal your feet, going back and forth a little, lift one heel and the other heel, bend one knee, bend the other knee, or just stay still. I think it's nice to make a conscious decision. Are you staying still or are you moving? And they're both great options. Pausing here in downward dog, recognizing our own innate goodness. Connection with the earth, connection with each other. Take a few more long, strong breaths here. Nicely done. Let's transition from dog pose to plank pose. So to do that, let's bend the knees so they come close to the ground, and then the body slides on forward, and it's plank time. Plank time. Yeah, so the thighs are lifted. Plank can also be done with the knees down, of course. All right, or on the forearms. You know that, I bet. So maybe I get up on the toes. How's that? Lift up in your throat. Beautiful. Throat reaching forward, bend your elbows a little bit. A few more breaths right here, right now. And let's come to side plank, shall we? So that's to tip all the way down to same hand, same foot. Inhale, lift up, side plank. This can be done with one knee down. Lean back. Enjoy your breath. Full, long, spacious. Fabulous. Sweep your arm around, put it back on the ground, back into good old standard regular plank, and let's go other side. Turning this way, lift up, lean back, breathe. Let yourself expand. All right, here's the beauty of the practice, is to feel into how big we can be. How much room can you take up? It's a good amount of room to take up. Be present. Speak your piece. All right, sweep the arm forward, put your hand down, back to plank. Nice. And let's hit the ground, shall we? Slowly. So that means the knees down, bend your elbows, chest down, all the way on the belly. Tops of the feet on the ground. Shoot your arms out in front and put your elbows down. So Sphinx is with the elbows under the shoulders. Let's bring the elbows a little forward for this one. Okay. Elbows forward a bit. Press your pubis bone down. Inhale, lift up, squeeze your cheeks, the butt cheeks. Squeeze the butt cheeks, lift up Mula Bandha, which is the pelvic floor. So butt cheek squeeze, Mula Bandha, lift up. Keep your arms right there, and then release the lower body. So release the Mula Bandha, release the butt cheeks. Let's squeeze and release a few more times in that region of the body. All right, so squeeze the butt cheeks, lift up the pelvic floor, lift up through the chest, look up maybe, and exhale, release. 2 more. One more. Yes. Awesome. Bring your hands so they're underneath your shoulders. Bring the elbows in, curl under your toes. Inhale, lift up through Cobra to plank to dog. Yes. Downward facing dog in whatever way works for you. The heels can be super lifted up high with the knees bent, which allows for a little more low back curve, which is always a good thing. More low back curve. All the back bends are about low back curve. Forward folds, not about low back curve. Forward folds, the low back is rounded. But in this pose, we have the low back indented. All right, walk your feet forward, please. Walk your hands back. Please drop your head forward, fold. Feel the weight of your whole body coming out of the low back, thank goodness. Relax your arms. Maybe take a hold of the upper arms. Settle into the weight in your heels. Let the breath get big, let the breath out. A few more breaths. Okay, nice. How about let's come with the forearms up on the thighs. I call this agate hunter, so that's sinking the butt down, lifting up in the chest. Engage your inner thighs, look to one side, look to the other side, look forward, look inside. Weight in the heels. All right, let's take this to a squat, shall we? So that means bring your hands down to the ground. Take your feet, your toes wider, your heels in, and sink down this way. Okay, so blocks are entirely lovely here. That means you can sit on one like such. Come up a little taller. Yeah. Oh, all right. How is the low back? There's a low back curve, right? Breathe in. So I have my elbows on the inside of the knees, and I can press my palms together then and take the knees a little wider and the elbows a little wider and the hands a little lower. Life just gets a little better. Every moment we think about our breath. Coming into that sense of understanding the power of the breath and using our breath, remembering to breathe consciously during those moments of life that challenges arise. Really helpful. Deep breath into the nose. Exhale through the mouth. A few more times, just like that. All right. So soften the arms a little bit, and let's do some twisting here. So bring your hand forward, you got another block, and the hand behind like this. Stick out your tongue. Why not? Maybe this hand wants to go over here, actually. So keep both feet rooted, all right? Heels planted, toes planted, the whole shebang. And then this what's that, shoulder is going back. Indeed. Great. And look to the back. On the fingertips. How's that? What do you notice? So this is like a isometric situation going on here, because this arm is trying to go that way and the leg is trying to go that way. And nobody's winning. Oh. Cool. All right. Let's go the other way, shall we? So this hand back there, this arm over there, and then twist this way. Twisting for the spine is so beneficial. All right, it allows our spine to move in the ways it was designed. It allows us to stay healthy, okay? Keep all of the discs in the back healthy. And it's also a very good practice for deterring injury. Okay, lots of good reasons to move our spine every day in all the ways it goes. Okay, something that you can do when you remember, and that's the trickiest part to remember, is if you're just sitting in a chair, to just turn to one side and say, oh, oof. If you've been sitting for a while, turn to one side, turn to the other side. Yeah, really good. And shoulder rolling, also awesome idea and simple. Okay, the elbows are making great big circles this way, that way, the other way. Fabulous. Great. All right, let's go ahead and come to standing. Shall we? Stand on up. Ta-da! This is called Tadasana. Ta-da! Spread out your feet. Take those over there. All right. Feet or toes are spread out. Let me turn this one more time like this. Yes. All right. So fingers spread out, toes spread out. Close your eyes. Soft, smooth breath. Let's count the breath a few times, shall we? So let's do what's called the box breath, which is 4 breaths in, hold the breath for 4, 4 breaths out, hold the breath out for 4. So think about a box, think about your Zoom square. All right, you got that 4 in, hold for 4, out for 4, hold out for 4. Okay, I'll count us around a couple times and then you do a few rounds on your own. Here we go. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4. And hold the breath out. 2, 3, 4. Same again. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold out. 2, 3, 4. Couple rounds on your own. Okay. Awesome. Let's come to a warrior one shape, shall we? So that's 1 foot forward and the other foot back. Ground that heel back there, and this knee is bent. Hands on the hips so that your thumbs are resting right there on the pelvis bones. Fingers in the front on the pelvis bones, the curves around there. Yep, nice. And sink down. So bend your front knee a little more. Nice. And the toes, they are a spreading. Lift up the arch of your foot on both feet. Okay. Let's do some side bending here. All right. So I've got my right foot forward. So I'm going to stick my left arm in the air. So opposite arm up of the knee. All right. And then I'm going to lean over to that side. So this hand on the hip is going to keep me from falling over. Keep your weight even. You might need to separate your feet a little more. Either take this foot out to the side a little more, or maybe bring it a little forward a little more. Lean. Reach your ribs. Oh, lots of room in the midsection here. Thumb on the back, fingers in the front. This arm extended and reaching. Yes, reach out with the heel of your hand. Beautiful. Nicely done. Go ahead and bring your arm down now. So let's go to the other side. So don't switch your legs, but just bring up your arm. And here we go. Lean this way. How's that? Use your feet more. Okay, if there's a sense of precariousness on your feet here, then do a little more with your feet. Let them engage with the earth a little more and ramp up your breath. Okay, fabuloso. Here we go. Sweep that arm down. Let's switch to warrior 2. So keep your feet kind of the same, except different. Okay, so that means the feet are going to go a little wider. And this one is going a little more this direction with the heel back. Bend this knee, arms out. Warrior 2. Whoosh. Here we are. Palms face forward. And let's shift around now. So palms face up. And then palm face down and back. So this is a shoulder rolling move. Rolling the shoulders up. Look over the front hand. Roll the shoulders down. Back. A few more times like this. Rolling the shoulders. Arms are parallel to the ground, more or less. Nice. Straighten up the front leg. Inhale, arms up tall. Straight legs, straight arms. Lift, 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 Lift some more. And exhale, hands to the heart. Beautiful. All right, switch your feet around. Let's go warrior one over here. Okay, so warrior one over here. Stand yourself up here. And begin with the arms. I like the hands on the hips to begin because you really feel your roots here, okay? We have the stability of our lower body and the flexibility and mobility of our upper body, okay? Front knee bent. And the hips are not facing, this would be the hips facing totally forward. If I lifted up my heel, then the hips would be this way. But the heel's down, so the hips are kind of diagonal-ish. Not all the way this way, not all the way that way, but sort of this way. This is the warrior two stance. Okay, arms, they go here. Right. Sink down a little more. Reach out with your arms even more. Stretch your fingertips so far away. Roll the hands up. Roll the hands up this way. Rolling shoulders. How's that feel? Keep the intention in that front knee, and the front knee is right over the front toes. Rolling this way. Rolling that way. Very nice. Inhale, straighten up tall, straighten out your front leg, arms up tall. And exhale this way. Do a few more times like that. Inhale, straighten the front leg, stand up tall. Exhale. One more time. Inhale, straighten the front leg. And exhale this way. Good. Bring your hands down and bring the heels in. All right, heels in, knees out, straighten up tall. Let's breathe this way a few times. I'm going to bring your feet on. Here we go. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, let's forward fold. So bend the knees all the way down, hands on the ground. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, sweep down. Go a little faster on the uphill, up. Exhale, down. Two more. Got two more in you? Sure. Up. And down. One more time, up. And down. Okay, forward fold. Let's hang out here for a bit. Shift your weight to one leg with that knee bent. So I'm over here. That knee is bent. And let's go other side. Shift your leg over here. This knee bent. Let's go back and forth a bit, shall we? So over here, head relaxed, toes spread out. Subtle breath. Back and forth. Finding a pace to move that feels like just the right pace for you, which might be somewhat fast, it might be somewhat slow. So just going back and forth this way in a way your body just wants to move that way, not any way that you think you're supposed to move. This is the beauty of our home Zoom practice, is moving in a way that's exactly right. Nobody's watching. I'm really not watching today. Most of the time I can see something that people are doing today and nothing. So that's all right. Do what feels good for you, side to side a little bit. Right, good. Okay, so let's land in the middle here with the heels on the ground and the toes spread out. So now, people, please, maybe bring your feet a little closer together. Let's take the hands behind you and interlace them and take them away from the body. So it might feel better just to keep your hands on your bum, okay, with the head down. Or interlace your fingers and take them away. So the weight of your hands is going forward, big shoulder stretch. Inhale, exhale. A few breaths. Inhale, exhale. Once more. Fabulous. Great. Put your hands on the ground. Heel toe your feet so they're underneath you now. Wiggle your legs. So the feet stay still and the legs are humming. The legs, they got a party to go to. The legs are dancing. The legs are shaking. Knees are wiggling. Everything's on fire down there, but the feet stay planted. How much can you wiggle your legs when you keep your feet planted? Maybe more than you thought. Okay, here we go. Great, roll up, standing. Okay, stand up, stand still, stand tall, stand with, stand up for, stand together. How about a stand of trees? What do we stand for? Who do we stand beside? Who do we stand with? Standing in the company of our elders, our children, our peers, our family, our loved ones, our community. Long breaths here. All right, so before we go to the ground and sit for a bit, we will come into tree pose. One of my favorite balancing poses. So strike a pose. The foot can be on the calf or around the knee or up here. Fine to use a wall or furniture, especially if you're just using a fingertip. All right, so pausing here. Notice if your chin is level, okay? Lift up the back of your ears. Lift up the corners of your mouth. Open, receptive, willing, curious. Above all, remain curious. Someone wise once said, curiosity is an intention that we can trust. Lift up through your throat and chest. More space between the fingers. And a few more rounds of breath right here. Breathing through your nose. Okay, palms together in front of you and lower your hand. So before we go right to the other side, let's take this leg and cross it over. So now my feet are crossed. This foot there, that foot there, where they don't usually hang out so much. Bend your knees, let's forward fold. Yes, hands on the ground or blocks. Notice the openness in the back of your legs and in the low back, perhaps. Stay right here in this cross leg forward fold. If you want a little more, you can interlace your hands behind you and take them up and back. How's that? Holding onto a thumb. Okay, bring your hands to the ground, uncross your feet, take your time, roll on it. Whew. Homeostasis, okay, that idea of this central balance, okay, which some say is somewhat of a myth because we're never actually still. There's no such thing as being completely even or balanced. We're always a little this or a little that. But let go of the perfection. Okay, let's go with the other foot. All right, so lifting that up, find a place for it to land on your thigh or your calf. And then find a pose. So begin with the feet. So the foot on the ground is connected. All the toes important. It's all relevant. All right, lift up in the arch of that foot on the ground. Feel your muscles hugging to your bone in your legs. And then find a shape for your arms that you enjoy. If it's not fun, it's done. strong, beautiful, slow breathing. Fill up all 5 lobes of your lungs. And then let the air leave completely. Take another few breaths there. Maybe a little more intentional breath with the belly. Okay, so pull the belly button in as you exhale. Diaphragm lifts. The lungs deflate. One more there. All right, go ahead, cross your legs over and forward, fold it again. Here we are, on down, hands on the ground, head down. So breathing changes what's happening in the mind. Sometimes this is subtle and hard to notice. Other times it can be quite effective and noticeable. Breathing consciously, intentionally doesn't change what's going on in our life, but it can certainly make changes in how we respond to what's going on in life. Okay, you can interlace the hands behind you if you want. Take this a little deeper by bringing the arms overhead if you like. All optional. It's all optional except the breathing. Gotta keep breathing. Fantastic. Here we go. Hands on the floor. Unravel your feet so they're back in their proper places. And the body comes up and open. Nice. Okay, let's sit down for now, and we'll twist for a moment. Okay, so seated. And stick one leg out, this knee bent. Wrap your arm around here. And the reins, they are coming. Okay, twisting. Right, this hand on the ground for support so that the spine can be tall. Twist yourself around. And this leg keeps reaching out. So you just kind of finagle yourself, wiggle yourself into feeling into this a little more. Maximize your potential here by really letting yourself revolve, involve. Turn your head to the back. Nice. Okay, let's go other side. Stick out your other leg, wrap your arm around, and twist this way. So we twist in this yoga practice so that as you twist in daily life, less likely to injure yourself and you have a little more amplitude, you have a little more range, okay? And maximizing the range of all of our joints is a key to healthy aging. Twist the body around. Use your fingers back there for support. Nicely done. Okay, and back this way. Stick both legs out front. Flap your calves. Right. Okay, let's sit and breathe for a moment. So I'm going to suggest that you sit against a wall. Okay, I have a wall right over here. I'm going to show you the door jamb here in my kitchen. So sit up against a wall. Imagine yourself. So blocks are handy to use here. You can use blocks underneath the knees like this. Okay, however you'd like to sit. So sitting against a wall, use your imagination. Let's place our backs against a tree. Where's your tree? A tree that you have sat under before, a tree you have dreamt of sitting under. Noticing that your skin of your body against the skin of that tree, the bark. Connecting to the roots of the tree as we connect the roots in our body. to the ground, the roots of our spine, of our life, heading downward, connecting with the roots of the tree. So similar to trees, we are being nourished by water, standing upright and tall. Reaching our arms out as branches. Relax your shoulders, feeling the support of your tree behind you. Letting your mind settle into the pattern of your own breath. Relax through your face, neck and throat. Sitting against our tree, all of our bodies, merely skin, flesh, and bones. Aware of sensations and how they change. Softening, stilling, and slowing down. Encouraging yourself to stay fully here another minute or so. Coming back to this breath and then this one. Let's breathe with your arms a few times right here. Inhale up tall. Exhale, hands to the heart. 2 more. And again. Sweep it all up and let it all go. Okay, let's transition to Shavasana. Okay, so lay yourself out on the ground. Take the time to get cozy and warm. Settle yourself in for a short, late winter nap. As you're settling in and relaxing, I like to share the Bees Were Better poem again. It's always nice to hear poetry again. I think the first time when we hear it, the novelty, we can't let the words settle in so much. So I'm going to share this again. Again, this is Naomi Shahib Nye. In college, people were always breaking up. We broke up in parking lots, beside fountains. 2 people broke up across the table from me in the library. I could not sit at that table again, though I did not know them. I studied bees who were able to convey messages through dancing and can find their ways home to their hives, even if someone put up a blockade of sheets and boards and wire. Bees had radar in their wings and brains that humans could barely understand. I wrote a paper proclaiming their brilliance and superiority and revised it at a small cafe featuring hive-shaped honey dippers in silver honey pots at every table. Breathe in. Breathe out. So begin to rouse a bit, move around, pull in your knees, roll over to your side, and make your way up to seated. Wonderful to be with all of you today here, the very last day of O2F. Really fantastic that everyone could join. And I wanted to let anyone know who hasn't been coming to my regular classes that I happen to be doing this 3 times a week on the same schedule, 9:30, Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday on Zoom. And it is free. If you would like to come, drop your email in the chat and I'd be happy to send you the link. So I appreciate everyone being here today. Thank you so much for your practice. Namaste.
Namaste.
And thank you, Jackie, and all the amazing ladies of O2F and the 55 events that these women put together. No small feat. I know. She's like, how did I do this?
I'm with today, so that makes me nervous because she's been running Command Central and it's her daughter's 14th birthday. So today she's going to take some time off. But I just wanted to say thank you so much for being a part of the festival, Stephanie, and for continuing to do yoga. It was great to do yoga this morning. That's why I look the way I do. I did the actual class. So, so yeah. Thanks so much.
I just hear, Jackie. Thank you. Thank you so much for pulling all these amazing women together.
Thank you. Thanks for joining in.